Thanks for coming in today, everybody. I mean, I did a red eye this morning back, and I took a nap, so, I mean, my body's clock is all sorts of messed up right now, so, yeah, I'll do this flight, and then I'll probably pass out. So thanks for coming in today. We are in the M500. We are going to do the Virtuoso Flying Club event tonight, which is the Capital Crossfire. We're going to go from Salem, which is Kilo Sierra Lima Echo, to Olympia, which is Kilo Oscar Lima Mike. We are going to do it IFR because the weather is marginal. And we're going to do it in the M500 because I freaking love this thing. And that is the plan for this evening. So let's go ahead and get cracking with starting it up here. So we're going to go, and I'm going to have the checklist off screen, so you're going to bear with me if I'm talking to myself through this checklist chat. I apologize, but it is off stream. And I'm going to get this thing started up. So we're going to first configure the airplane correctly. Let me make sure I get all this stuff in. So I'm going to import from SimBrief. There we go. We'll get all the fuel going. We're only going to take one passenger. About 50 pounds of cargo. We'll get a nice decent amount of fuel in just for the sake of it. And we'll load up. 66.6 gallons on each side. That's ominous. A little ominous. Hopefully that doesn't mean anything as the flight goes on. Alright, we'll worry about that later. Passengers are on board. Doors are closed. All electrical switches off. Cabin climate control is off. Circuit breakers are all in. ECS cabin control is in the off position. Parking brake is on. Bleed is pulled out. Power lever is idle. Condition lever is in feather cutoff. The emergency switch we will turn on. We will check the PDF, or PFD, excuse me. And it's good. We will turn the emergency switch off. We will turn the navigation light on, so that way when we start it'll be on. We will turn the battery master switch on. Flaps are retracted, fuel gauges are all good, oil temperature, everything is good. We got to do the fire detection annunciator test. Everything's good there. Alright, start it up. We need 24 to 26 volts. We have 25.4. That is good. Fuel pumps are going to go to manual. The ignitions are going to go to manual. The prop area we will clear. Clear left, clear right, clear prop. Starter engaged. We're going to wait for this to level out before we introduce the condition lever. So we're level, condition lever up. Should give us a nice clean start.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Michael Stein, thanks for coming in today. Thank you for the 7 months. Lucky number 7 indeed. I hope you're going to join us this evening with a flight tonight, even if it's going to be a little bit later on. I hope you join us for the Virtuoso Flying Club event tonight. Appreciate the resubscription. I very much appreciate that. Alright, let's see. Engine's good. Alright, starter is verified off. Generator switch on. Alternator switch on. Fuel pumps auto. Ignition switch off. Oil pressure's got to be above 60. It's 113. That is good. For taxi, avionics switch on. MFD. Enter button. We're not worried about any cast messages. Autopilot will check. On, off, BDU. BDU. Heat on. The annunciation goes away. Off. We get a ding. Good. Taxi recognition lights on. Cabin control, climate controls as required. So let's go ahead and set it and forget it. Radio avionics checks, flaps are good. Elevator trim is set for takeoff. Rudder trim. About 2.5 is what we're looking for. Bleed air, push in. Cabin pressure dump verified is good. ECS normal. Not worried about destination elevation. We are going to do the stall warning test.
Stall, stall, stall.
That's
stall.
good. The altimeters set, and we'll go ahead and set initial altitude of 5,000. We have no ATC at the moment, so we're just going to kind of wing it with 5,000. Here we go. Nav, vertical speed, 1,500 feet to start. Good there. Passengers seem happy so far. Why don't you go ahead and put your seatbelts on, passengers, before we get taxied here. We're going to do the run-up before we taxi, so the parking brake's going to stay on. I'm going to get the prop lever going to about 1,900 on the RPM. A little too much. We'll back it down. Try and get right as close as we can to 1,900. I think that's pretty close right there. We're going to do the overspeed test. We should see a drop in the RPM. We sure do. We'll release that. We're good. Reverse lockout. So if I come here and try to put reverse in, doesn't work. Take the reverse lockout. Now if I put it in beta, it should work. Very good. Generator switch off. The alternator should take the load. Sure did. Generator switch back on. They should split the load. They sure do. So we're good on the run up there. Taxi checklist. Taxi are clear. Probably we're good. 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 All that's good. And we'll go ahead and get ready to taxi. We got to get the CTAF frequency for Salem. CTAF frequency for Salem is going to be the normal tower frequency of 119.1. So I'm going to set 119.1. I'm going to do it the cheatsy doodle way because I am lazy. I also have a squawk here, auto squawk 5102. So let me go ahead and squawk 5102. Looks like almost everyone except for one person decided to do Salem to Olympia instead of Olympia to Salem. I kind of almost wish I did the reverse now, chat, but it's too late. We are in it to win it. So we're going to stick with what we got. Oh, we should probably verify that the flight plan is correct. Let's see. We have the UBG and the route looks good. And the destination looks good. Okay, so that all worked out good. A little bit of weather in the area. You can see that on the next rad. Keep an eye on that. Let me zoom in on this guy. We'll have our little taxi. The weather is weathering, so let's take a look at the wind. 19017 goes 25, so we're going to probably be departing to the south, and Salem has a couple of runways to choose from. We are going to probably choose runway 16. Where are we taxi? 13. 13 will be the easier taxi, chat. So we'll taxi to runway 13, just because it's going to be more convenient for us. It'll be the closest. And we will probably have to then be on a heading to start instead of a nav. So we'll start with heading. We'll do runway heading to start, and then I'll kind of turn myself. And what's the normal traffic pattern? Just probably left traffic, right? And then we'll do left turn to the north to get on track. That sounds like a good plan. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, we're going to go ahead and release the parking brake, and we are going to taxi on out. Salem traffic. Meridian 124 Mike Charlie, taxi runway 13, Salem. Get it into beta mode so we don't...
Going 13, I'll join you on that then. I'm turning left onto Alpha.
Turn all the lights on. Auto. Let's get all this stuff ready to go here.
Salem traffic, Kodiak, 416 Charlotte Lima, ready to taxi. Runway 13. Salem.
I will verify with the checklist here in just a second. For takeoff, seatbelts, armrest, belts are on and locked. Generator switch on, alternator switch on, bleed air is in, ACS cabin norm, fuel temperatures are good, fuel pump switch manual, ignition switch manual, fuel heat is on, eye protection is good, taxi recognition lights are on, landing lights on, nav, strobes on, flight instruments are checked, CAS PFD is all set, engine instruments are good, radios, avionics, transponders, set flaps are good, elevator trim, set flight controls.
Skyhawk, November 120 Bravo.
Free and correct.
4 Charlie.
The hell was that? Okay. And we're good to go. So we'll finish our taxi over to 13 here, and we'll get a departure. Once we are first in line, we got some traffic in front of us that's going to be departing, it looks like, ahead of us. Get a little beta in there. Wish it was tomorrow night instead of tonight, Iowa Scotsman. I'm sorry, man. So that's a short of 13. You can go ahead. I don't have the room to get by it.
Please, I'm on it.
Definitely raining out here, chat. You can see the rain on the windscreen and on the next ride.
Zero traffic, says National Foxtrot, departing runway 13, departure 2 minutes north.
What the heck just happened here? I just lost my sky vector on my other screen. What happened? Did I exit out by accident? I wouldn't doubt it. Alright, we'll give that Cessna some space, chat, before we depart here. And again, we are IFR. We're going to climb up to 16,000 as a final altitude. And again, since there is no ATC, we're just going to go ahead and set our final altitude of 16,000 right out of the gate here. Just one less thing to worry about.
Salem traffic, Piper 114 Papa, taxi to runway 13 via Juliet Alpha.
Set. I think we're ready to go here, chat. We're just gonna wait for our buddy to clear the area a little bit. Not the best weather in Salem, Oregon right now, huh? A little overcast, a little rainy as it gets closer to evening. Salem traffic, Meridian 124 Mike Charlie, departing runway 13. It's going to be a left turn out to the north. IFR, Salem. It's time, chat. Time to go flying. Once the sim stops lagging, holy macaroni and cheese. Alright, you good, sim? Let's go. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Like I said, we're going to start with heading, autopilot yaw damper on. We'll go flight level change at 140 knots. Downwind Sim, thanks for coming in today. And yes, this thing definitely wants to fly. There's no doubt about that. Okay, we're looking for buck 40 right there. 140 flight level change. Salem traffic, Meridian 124 Mike Charlie is going to make the left turn departing to the north, Salem. Make our left turn out here. Look, you already can't see the airport really. Oh, there it is. Just barely through the rain. We'll go ahead and go direct to our first fix, which is Newburgh. We'll activate that. We'll go nav. Check our temperature. We're definitely going to want some anti-ice on.
Runway 13 via Charlie, Alpha. Luminary.
Turn this guy off. Go manual while we're in icing conditions. We'll play it out that way for now. Kitty Monster, thanks for coming in today. Good to see you, buddy. We're on our way for the Virtue Safe Flying Club Capital Crossfire event, Salem and Olympia. Going IFR because the weather is garbage. As it always seems to be for a Virtue Safe Flying Club event. We just have not lucked out with... Well, the event prior to this one we had good weather, but for the most part it seems like we were on a pretty bad streak of bad weather, and now we have reset the streak with an event with not so great weather. Just seems to be the way it is sometimes. I've had icing boots fail a few times. I don't usually turn them on until I see visual icing on the wings. Fair enough. I haven't had any issues yet, so we're going to run it, and we're going to pray. K-Tex was rough? Yes, it was. I know there was an event in between where we finally actually had good weather. The Stoll event, the Swamp Stoll camping trip at Jennings, we actually had good weather for, thankfully. But prior to that, it was like 4 or 5 events in a row where we had terrible weather. And again, tonight we have terrible weather. So it's just kind of been that way for the Flying Club recently. This is my favorite plane. That's kept me hooked longer than any other, including the... Yeah, this is... this and that Comanche are definitely my 2 favorite in Microsoft Flight Sim T Durden. There's no denying that. Those are definitely the 2 best GA aircraft that you can get in the sim right now. No doubt about that. Yeah, I wasn't able to do Telluride event because I was working, but I also heard that it was very fun in its own right. Again, T Durden, thanks for coming today. You are watching me do a Virtual USA Flying Club event. If you're not already involved with the Virtual USA Flying Club, there's a link right there to the Discord. It is a VATSIM only General Aviation Flying Club, so you do need to be a VATSIM member to join. But if you enjoy General Aviation and you're a VATSIM member, please consider joining the Virtue USA Flying Club, and then you can join us for events like the one we're doing tonight.
Say again, Mike, you were about every other word on that last transmission.
Okay.
Maybe that wasn't you, I guess.
Definitely was not.
Sounded like...
Yeah, T Durden, if you're a VATSIM member, you should
Going to pilot to the north via a left downwind.
consider joining the Flying Club.
Salem.
especially if you enjoy GA and you enjoy the M500 and the Comanche. Always looking for new members to join us with our group flights. We do about 4 to 6 events every month, all general aviation style. This is a Crossfire event, although pretty much everyone except for one person decided to take off out of Salem, so there's only one person that's actually crossfiring us out of Olympia, which I believe is our good friend, shares the same name as me. But yeah, that Discord link should get you going, put you in our waiting room. Make sure you read the welcome page if you do decide to join. That way you can get squared away with all the setup. So you can come fly with us. We are through 10,000 feet. We are climbing up to 16,000. We are direct to Newburgh on our flight plan. There is currently no ATC, so we are on our own on our way to Olympia.
Salem traffic, pipeline 140 up in front of the area, just northbound call.
I gotta see 8 flying club members so far on the network doing the event. You need VATSIM. You need to be a VATSIM member. So, are you a VATSIM member? If you're a VATSIM member, that's all you need. So then you would click the link. You see the link that Streamlabs put up when I did the exclamation point GA. You should see a Discord link. So you click that link. That will allow you to join the Discord. And then you will read the welcome page. We're going to ask you for your VATSIM ID, your name, and what your registration you want, just for the Discord purposes. And then we'll make sure that you are indeed a VATSIM member, and then we'll assign you in. So that link that Streamlabs, excuse me, brought up, that Discord link, click on that so that you can join into the Discord, and then give us the information that we need. If you're already a VATSIM member, that's how you do it. Guess I could turn the icing stuff off, huh? Since we seem to be out of the icing conditions. We'll go ahead and turn the landing light off as well. Everything else will stay on. This will go auto, this will go auto. Should be good to go. Found one complaint with this plane. The G3000 tablet on the console isn't modeled. Well, I guess it was never going to be perfect, right? It was never going to be perfect. T-Dirty, do you see what I'm saying with the Discord link? Hopefully. If not, I can bring it up again. Just let me know. 15,000 for 16,000 feet. IFR rated pilots make it look so easy? Sure, if you say so. Leveling 16,000 passengers can go ahead and take their seatbelts off. We'll go ahead and give them some drink. We'll give them some food, make them happy. You just need, if you're using Microsoft Flight Sim, you just need the vPilot client. If you have the vPilot client, that's fine, and then all you need to do is join the Discord for the Flying Club. So if you're able to connect to VATSIM through vPilot and all that, then yeah, just join the Discord, make sure you read the welcome page, give us the required information in the waiting room, and we'll get it going. That's all you need. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pull the power back now that we're level here, so we can not overspeed. Get set up and cruise. Kenny Monster, when's my next trip? Not for a little while. So I just finished a 4-day trip. I got back on a red-eye this morning, took a nice nap. I'm still very tired, so as soon as this flight is over, I'm probably going to go to bed. I don't fly again on a trip until April 12th, because I start vacation next week. Sarah and I are flying to Dublin on April 1st. We actually land in Dublin the morning of April 2nd, so it's one of those red-eye flights. And we'll be in Dublin for about a week. So that is what I'll be doing with my vacation time. So I don't have another trip again until April 12th. Good fixins, Boozy Sheep, thanks for coming in today. Good to see both of you as well. Yeah, Jordan, if you got it all, just make sure, like I said, make sure you read the welcome page to the Flying Club. Make sure you give us the information that we need in the waiting room, which is going to be your CID, your name, and whichever registration you would like for Discord identification purposes, and we'll get you going. Just make sure to give that to us whenever you get the chance. Can't make money sitting on your butt, but or you take a fancy trip. Yes, we are taking a fancy trip to Ireland. We are flying on JetBlue, of course, to Ireland, since they just started doing Kennedy to Ireland middle of March. Ireland, because I've never been to Europe. I've never crossed the pond, so this is actually going to be my first time crossing the pond, if you can believe it, after 32 years. Sarah is Irish, and she very much enjoyed Dublin and Ireland as a whole. So she's got a lot of spots that she's going to be able to show me, and I figured that would probably be a safe bet since she's been there before and I've never been to Europe, that maybe it'd be better to have a tour guide, someone that's been there before and knows what's going on. We'll probably take a more, you know, we've got other places like Amsterdam, and eventually JetBlue is going to be doing Edinburgh, Scotland as well, and other things that we'll probably check out down the line. But we figured that Dublin would be a good choice. We're just going to hang around the city when we get in on the 2nd. On the 3rd, I'm renting a car, so I'm going to be driving on the wrong side of the road, chat. That's going to be entertaining. So I'm actually renting a car in Dublin so I can drive on the wrong side of the road. Their right side of the road, but the wrong side of the road for me. We're going to drive out to the Cliffs of Moher and do Galway for a day. I think we're also probably going to do Cork for a day. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm going to rent a car and drive on the wrong side of the road and do that fun stuff. But that is the... No, she is Irish. She is Irish. So that's kind of our plan for the trip there to Ireland. So I'm looking forward to it. This is, like I said, this is going to be my first time crossing the pond in my entire life. Have a dash cam so we can see you crash over there? That's kind of messed up, Kenny Monster. Come on, man. I'm a pilot. I have good focus. I'm going to be very focused on making sure that I am on the correct side of the road, which is going to feel like the wrong side of the road. Obviously, the car is also going to have me driving from the right side instead of the left side. That's going to be a good mental cue to kind of realize what's going on. So I think I'll be all right. And I don't need none of that negativity, all right? So I watched YouTube videos of some jabronis and other people that were doing it, and they were like, no problem. And I feel like I'm smarter than them, so you have to look the wrong way to be safe and be careful. Yeah, so that's going to be the hardest part, is actually not even the driving probably downwind sim, but someone said the hardest part, and I do believe this, is going to be like crossing the street when we're just walking around the city of Dublin. I'm going to be thinking to look one way when I should be looking the other way. So that's something that it's going to have to, you know, take some time to get used to as well. So, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a challenge in a lot of ways, like I said, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Get to see a lot of new things. Obviously, a place I've never been before, and I like to explore. I'm a visual kind of guy. That's why I like Microsoft Flight Sim so much, because of the visuals. So going to see like the Cliffs of Moher and all that, it's going to be great. So I'm very excited about that trip, and I will do my best not to crash or go on the wrong side of the road in Dublin when I rent the car. Steering wheel's on the wrong side, pedal's not reversed. Yeah, that would be a real... I don't think if Papa Charlie, if that was the case, I don't think I'd be able to do it, to be quite honest with you. That would be too much. But, you know, just being on the right side of the car and having to drive on the other side of the road, it's just going to take, like, a different level of focus. And wipers and blinkers reversed. Okay, that's good to keep in mind. It's just going to take a different level of focus. You know, obviously, I say this not so much tongue-in-cheek, hopefully. I consider myself a very good driver. I'm very focused when I'm driving a car, even in the States. So I will make sure that I am very focused, hyper-focused, when I'm driving the car in Dublin, obviously. In Ireland, I should say. Not just Dublin, but the actual country of Ireland. And I'm going to have Sarah there with me. She's going to be another set of eyes to kind of keep me on track as well. It's not like she's just going to be sleeping in the left seat. You know, she's going to be there to kind of help me out. So, I think all of it should be alright. I'm not too worried about it. If I was worried about it, I wouldn't have rented the car. I would have just, you know, we would have taken a train or something. But it was the same cost, really, to rent the car versus, like, taking the train and everything. I figured this way we could do it at our own pace. Stop wherever we want to stop. Check out where I want to check out. And, you know, like I said, get the insurance. Yeah, Papa Charlie, this is one of those rare times where I think I actually will pay the extra for the insurance for the rental car. I think you're right on that one. I think that's a good call. But in reality, I don't think I'm going to have that much of a problem. I really don't. You know, I've already kind of mentally prepared myself for it, so by the time I get there, I'm going to be so hyper-focused on it that I don't think it's going to be a factor. My insurance is no problem. I have really good insurance. I made sure of that because of accidents that I've had in the past that were not my fault, as in I got freaking rear-ended by a 19-year-old that was texting. But I have good insurance because I have good insurance not because I don't trust myself, chat. It's because I don't trust anyone else that's driving around me. And I do have a dash cam in my car here in the States. I have a dash cam. Because I have no trust in anyone that's around me when I'm driving. Especially driving in New York, New Jersey. It's brutal. So, again, these are things, you know, I have good insurance. I'm not worried about that. I'll get the extra insurance from the rental place. I'm not worried about that. I just don't have any trust in anyone else when I'm driving, to be honest. Center approach to expect an OLM. I missed the briefing. Let's see. I don't know if there was one that we had all agreed on, to be honest with you, but I'm going to take a look right now. Right now, the weather in Olympia is marginal. We got 7 miles light rain, broken 2,900. So, yeah, we will need to do an approach. Let's see. The wind is 200, 11 gust 22, so that would be a south landing. So I think that would be better suited for runway 17 at Olympia. And if it's run 7 at Olympia, I think we're going to do the ILS to 17. We're going to keep it nice and easy. We'll do the ILS 17 is what I'm going to plan to do once we get to Olympia. If that kind of answers your question, Rouse House. What is funny, though, chat, is that I have a friend, a good friend of mine here in New Jersey that also is he's also a Devils fan, he's also a Red Bull fan, so he's just as cursed as I am when it comes to sports. His name is Wanjun. He's actually going to be with his girlfriend in Ireland pretty much during the same week that Sarah and I are going to be in Ireland. So there's probably going to be at least a day or two where it's going to be the two sets of couples, Sarah and I and Wanjun and his girlfriend Barbara, together at the same time. And I just figured this out 2 weeks ago. He just messaged me like, hey, by the way, I'm going to be, you know, blah, 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 and he just came up in conversation like, oh yeah, I'm going to be in Ireland. I'm like, what? Shut up. What days are you in Ireland? And it turned out that we were there, you know, at the same time. So I thought that was a pretty cool coincidence. So it'll be fun. It's going to definitely be a good time, and it'll be nice to have friends there. And will Mike crash the car in Ireland? Oh, okay, all right, okay. No faith. Whoever voted yes has no faith. Drove lead vehicle in Iraq, probably like 15 to 20,000 miles. My daily commute is just dangerous. That's... I don't know how to,
Leroy just subscribed. Melvin 12 Dragon Melvin 12 with you.
Is it really that bad down there in Virginia, Smitty? That's... It's kind of scary to think about. Melvin Leroy. Brand, thank you so much for 48 months. That's a lot of months, my friend. And thank you for hosting this event for the Virtue Safe Flying Club this evening. I really do appreciate it. I'm glad I'm able to join. I'm glad I have enough energy left in me after the red eye this morning to be able to be here. I took a nap this afternoon. That definitely helped. But I will probably, as soon as I land in Olympia, crash out and go back to sleep because I am tired. But I appreciate the 48-month resubscription. Steve 099, thanks for coming in today. Good to see you guys.
Come fly with me, let's fly, let's fly.
I like how all of us except for one took off out of Salem. So we only have one that's technically crossfiring us. The Rebel. But we have, I think, 8 total so far in the air right now for the Flying Club from what I see on VATSIM. A little bit on the low side for attendance, I will admit. A little bit on the low side for attendance with the 8 count, but it is a Thursday night. I do also actually believe there is a VAT USA event tonight, so that might be a factor as well. Thank you, Steve099, for the follow. I appreciate it. I think we're 10 or 9 followers away, chat, from 1,000. Right? What are my goals set at? Yeah, we're 9 away from 1,000 subscribers. Or, I'm sorry, 1,000 subscribers. That would be... That's wishful thinking. We're 9 away from 1,000 followers, chat. 1,000 subscribers. That'd be a little, That's very wishful thinking on my part. Let's put it that way. Smitty's not off the ground yet, so that would make 9. Yes, there is the event tonight at KJan. And Kenny Monster, thank you. Yeah, so I figured that probably plays a role. Wow, 2 out of the 3 people that voted said I'm going to crash the car in Islander. There is absolutely no faith in this chat. I'm a little disappointed. They let me fly airplanes, chat. I fly the Airbus A320. And you're telling me that I'm going to go to Ireland, and just because I drive on the wrong side of the road that I'm going to crash the car? Are you serious? Come on now. You got a little more faith in me than that. It's brutal. A little brutal, I'm not gonna lie, chat. You fly planes, but you forgot you're more likely to crash on the way to the airport than crash a plane. That is true. Doesn't make it any less brutal. But that is true. I like how Yes won the vote too, 2-1. You guys, come on, man. I'm about to ban polls from this channel. We're about to make it so that polls are not allowed on this channel anymore.
Stop it. Get some help.
Thank you for that, good fixins. I appreciate the 100 bits. Kenny Monster's just playing the odds. Oh, now I am going to make absolutely positively sure that Sarah records me driving at some point while I'm in Ireland, so that you guys can see just how good I am going to do, even driving on the wrong side of the road. Now I have to put that, I'm going to have to put that in my notes now, and make sure that I am recorded so that you guys can see. Brutal. This is brutal. I don't know if I'm going to upload it to YouTube, but I will certainly upload it to the Flying Club Discord and Kenny Monster, since for whatever reason you've decided not to rejoin the Flying Club. I will send it to you directly on Discord. You should come back to the Flying Club, Kenny Monster. We're doing another air show in June. Assuming I get the date off in June. It's a tentative date. You should rejoin the Flying Club, Kenny Monster. We'd love to have a nice F4U Corsair flying around for our air show. Just, you know, hint, hint, wink, wink. Just record yourself driving. Again, I do have a dash cam, Papa Charlie, so I have plenty of recordings of me driving. Even though you can't see me, you just see out the windscreen. But I have plenty of that. Gotta have the sound. Well, if Sarah's gonna be recording it on the phone, there's probably gonna be sound. I don't think we're gonna be worried about that. Actually, the dash cam I have records audio too. So, in my car that I have here. I have a couple clips that I've saved of some people doing dumbass things in front of me, but I am not going to put that in the Flying Tub Discord. None of them are really worthy of posting yet. Buy Sarah a helmet for the crash. Kenny Monster, you are brutal, man.
For the crash.
Brutal. Thank you for the 100 bits. We're on a level 1 hype train. That's a pretty rare occurrence in this channel, by the way, to have a level 1 hype train. I think that's only like the 3rd or 4th hype train I've ever had in this channel, so thank you guys for getting me to a level 1 hype train. Kenny Monster, thank you for the bits. Good Fixins, thank you for the bits. Brant, thank you for the resubscription. What else do we have earlier? I think we had another M. Stein with the resubscription earlier as well, so. How is your dash cam? I want one, but I'd like it to be pretty incognito, so I have a very small one. Smitty, you're going to like the one I have. It's the Garmin Mini 2. Garmin Mini 2. It's very small, very discreet, 1080p, so that's the only thing. It's only 1080p, so it's not like you're getting 4K. That's maybe like the only downside to it, but it works great. You get an app on your phone, so you can get it all recorded to your phone and hook it all up through that, and it's only like $130. It's great. I would recommend it. I got one for myself. I got one for Sarah. She has one in her car. It's very good. Garmin Mini 2, that's the one I would get. Smitty, thank you for the 15-month resubscription. I really appreciate it. We're getting close to a level 2 hype train.
Just subscribe.
I don't know what the highest level hype train I've gotten before in this channel is. I don't think it's very high. I think maybe like 2 or 3. The fact that I even have one, again, it's only like the 3rd or 4th time, so thank you guys. Smitty, thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. Garmin Mini 2, look it up. I got it on Amazon. I think it was like $130. It works great. I've had it for 6-7 months now. Sarah's had it in her car too. It works perfectly fine. Definitely the one I would recommend. It's low profile, very small. They have the wiring is easy to kind of feed around to kind of hide it in the car and everything like that. It's very, very good. It's the one I would recommend. We should probably look at descending here soon, huh, chat? We're getting pretty close to Olympia. I almost lost track of how close we were getting. We have 17 minutes. We're at 16,000 feet. We should probably put the procedure in for ILS 17. We'll do it off of Olympia since we don't have any ATC. Why not? We'll do the full, let's do the full thing here. Procedure turn and all. Let's do it. Let's do it. Screw it. Activate it. Go. Let's do it. Why not? We're gonna do the whole thing. I should probably descend though, right? What are we looking at in terms of altitudes here? Across Olympia, let's see. Apoyo at 3,300. And look at the terrain here real quick on a sectional 33. We're probably good to go at least down to 5,000. So I'm going to go ahead and start my descent here. down to, I'm going to be probably pretty high, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to be coming in pretty high. It's alright, we'll make it work. My sim is laggy as all heck right now, too. This is brutal. Come on. I really need a new computer. I feel like I've been saying that for a long time, and it's getting pretty close to the point where I really actually need to start getting a new computer. I just don't have the money for it, chat. That's the problem, as is always the case. Yeah, we need to be 33 hundo. We are pretty high, so let's go ahead and get the descent going.
Hey, anybody out in front of me have any word on the tops of those clouds?
I've been scud running at about 2,000 to 2,500, if that means anything.
Kenny Monster says, me razzing you is my Irish roots. Didn't you know that's how Irish establish friendships? See how far we get. I believe it. 109? Damn, I paid 100. Paid 120. Must be on sale, Smitty. There you go. Look at that. I definitely paid 120 each for mine and Sarah's, so maybe it went down in price. So you're lucky. Maybe it went down 10 bucks recently. Take the win. We're definitely a little high, but we are working on it, chat. We're going to do the full procedure turn. Wow, my sim is very much on the struggle bus tonight. I haven't stuttered this much in the M500. One of the recent updates must have not been that good. Oh, we do have a tower on Olympia, by the way, now. Hey, there's a tower on Olympia, by the way, everybody. 24.4. So I'm going to tune that in just to have that ready. Again, I'm still going to do the full procedure here, so I'm still going down to 3,300 for... And I'll show you guys what I'm doing here. I'm going to descend down to 3,300 for Apoyo. We'll do the procedure turn, and then we'll come inbound. Back to Apoyo, which is also the final approach fix, and down into the ILS 17. Yeah, Smitty, I'm telling you, like I said, I've had it for 6-7 months now. I've had no issues. You'll download the app. It works well. Pull the trigger. It's the one that I've been recommending to everyone. It's really good so far. So you won't regret the decision, and it's honestly very easy to install. It's funny because I'm getting the middle marker, but I have to ignore it because we're not inbound, we're outbound. Gonna do the procedure turn. Let's go ahead and go manual, landing light on. We'll go ahead and put the icing stuff on again just because we are not sure if we're going to get icing or not. In these clouds, the temperature is -7. Oh yeah, I definitely want the icing stuff on. The rudder trim is definitely way out of whack, so let's fix that. Probably been flying crooked the whole time.
Check gear.
So actually, once we enter the pattern, we can go down to 2,900.
Check gear.
Relax, airplane, relax. Let me go ahead and set 2,900 because we're going to be good on that, I think. We're getting pretty good on our altitude here. We'll have plenty of time to descend to that 2,900 for the procedure turn, and then once we're inbound, we can go down to 2,400, intercept the localizer, and the approach. So again, we're going to do the full procedure here. Should have had a warning for the... I had it set for takeoff, I just never reset it in flight for when it was out of trim. So I did have it set for takeoff. It's just once it's in flight, you need to retrim it. Because you don't need that much rudder once it's in flight versus the takeoff.
Check gear.
So we're going to do the full procedure turn here. I am not hand flying, I got the autopilot on. The autopilot does not trim the rudder in this airplane. You have to do it yourself. You gotta make sure that this little bar underneath the triangle here is aligned. Yeah, you guys can go ahead and start putting your landing rate guesses in the chat. I've got Volanta running. Positive or negative number. Do not need the exclamation point predict. We all know Kenny Monster is going to do it because that's his shtick. No, you're responsible for trimming this airplane, Smitty. You have to make sure that this bottom bar here is aligned with the triangle, which right now mine is not. I need a little bit more right trim. But the autopilot does not control that in this airplane. So you do have to trim it out once you get leveled off, after you take off. I'm going to go ahead and arm the approach here. Prediction for points, even though I don't really have anything useful with my channel points. That's something like Melvin, Leroy, Brant's got the channel points, can make different sounds and slant alpha. I haven't figured out how to do any of that stuff with my channel points yet, so I'm not a professional streamer like those guys, so my channel points are almost useless at the moment. But I mean, I guess it's still fun to predict and see what happens, right? I should probably talk to this tower guy and let him know I'm turning the final here. I'll wait until I am actually on the final, though. But yeah, you guys can put your landing rate guesses in the chat. Positive, negative number. Don't need the exclamation point predict. Volanta will tell us a story. My sim is stuttering a lot, so that might be a factor, which is worth keeping in mind. I got the approach armed. Wait, why am I in roll? Hold on. My approach is pretty active, right? It is, okay. Is this gonna switch on? It should switch automatically then, right? The airplane should switch it automatically for me, I think. I think we're good. Don't mess with it. Don't mess with it, Mike. You're fine. Olympia Tower, good evening. Meridian 124, Mike Charlie is on the ILS for only 17.
Silver 124, Mike Charlie, Olympia Tower, continue inbound.
Continue inbound for Mike Charlie. Nope. Go ahead and... Didn't do what I wanted it to do, chat, so we're going to go ahead and go back to the localizer.
124 Mike Charlie, traffic 12 o'clock, opposite direction, altitude indicates 3,300, type unknown.
We're IMC right now, 4 Mike Charlie. Right, you better not descend until you get onto that hold, buddy, because otherwise you're going to crash right into me.
That traffic's gonna be 500 feet above you. Is that alright with you?
If he's on the approach, it's probably good then, 4 Mike Charlie. Should be no factor.
Yeah, right now it's 500 feet.
Yeah, we're still IMC. We're not gonna be able to see him. We got him on the TIS here. Should be good. Actually, we do see him.
124 Mike Charlie, Olympia, wind 18011, runway 17, clear to land.
Runway 17, clear to land, 4 Mike Charlie, thank you. You see that, chat? We saw him. I wanted to say TCAS, Brant, but this isn't a TCAS, it's a TIS. That was the difference that I almost caught myself on. Obviously, the Airbus has a TCAS, but this is a TIS, not a TCAS. TIS being a traffic information system, I think, versus a traffic collision avoidance system. And you see now why the altitudes are the way they are on this approach if everyone's doing the full approach without ATC chat, because he was 500 feet above me. Amazing how that works. We are definitely in some rain, some nasty weather. Just intercept the glide slope. It's time to start slowing this thing down. Check gear. I will in a second, plane. Relax. Relax. Flaps 1.
Check gear.
Gear down. Last call on the landing rate guesses. Runway in sight.
Olympia Tower, good evening. Piper Meridian, November 114 with Papa, turning final on the ILS for 17. November 114 with Papa, Olympia, altimeter 2974, continue inbound runway. Continue inbound 17. 140 Papa.
Oh, it's 6.8 miles from the final approach fix. I slowed down a little quick. That's all right.
Roll the trucks. I've iced up. Engines
Oh.
level engine failure. I'm going down, boys.
Oh boy. Brand is crashing out, chat. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Alright, let's start slowing it down to the final approach speed here. Flaps 2, autopilot and yaw damper coming off. We are clear to land. Full flaps, gear down. A little low, I am correcting. Sim is stuttering a little bit, not gonna help me very much. Please stop stuttering, Sim.
November 114 with kickoff for runway 17, clear to land. Clear to land 17, forward kickoff.
Come on, Sim, stop stuttering, please. Please.
November 423 Charlie Olympia Tower. Needed Golf is turn altimeter 2974, enter right downwind runway 17.
Right downwind, runway 17.
Somewhere 124 Mike Charlie, contact ground 121.6.
21-6 for Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today.
Taxi 17 via Bravo. Aircraft type is a Cessna 112. 604 for Papa. 4 for Papa, thank you.
Olympia ground, good evening. Meridian 124 Mike Charlie's off on taxiway Golf taxi to the south FBO.
November 124 Mike Charlie, Olympia ground. Taxi to parking via Foxtrot Echo, cross runway at 8 at Foxtrot.
Foxtrot Echo will cross runway 8 at Foxtrot. Meridian 124 Mike Charlie, thank you. Alright, after landing checklist, auto, off, landing light off, turn all the anti-ice stuff off, that includes pitot heat, strobe light off. I should probably try and maintain the center line here while I'm doing all this, good lord. We'll get to the landing rate in a second, chat. I feel like it's going to be a pretty good number though.
November 6044 for Papa, contact tower 124.4.
Clear right, clear left, we're clear to cross.
124.4, 044 Papa.
South FBO is going to be pretty much straight ahead off of Foxtrot here. We won't even really need to go to Echo. We'll just go straight ahead into the building there. Well, I don't know. I haven't looked at the number yet, Kenny Monster. But, well, let's see. I don't think you won, Kenny Monster. Give ourselves some princess parking here right at the door of the FBO. Parking brake set. We run the checklist here. Alright, parking brake set. ECS cabin comfort is off. Power lever is idle. Cabin climate controls are off. Fuel pump switch off.
Stand by downwind.
Discord. Avionics switch off. Generator switch off. Alternator switch off. ITT has been stabilized for 2 minutes. We'll cut condition lever. Bleed air out. Turn off the exterior lights. Battery switch off. You can get up, my passenger. Open the door, covers on, chocks. We'll do the whole 9 yards. We'll even give him the red carpet. How about that? I like how the prop covers were glitched there for a second, even though the prop was still spinning. That was pretty funny. There we go. Little princess parking to end the flight. What was my landing time, chat? Maybe like 5 minutes ago, so that would be 0208. We'll call it 0208 Zulu. Call it 0209 Zulu. That is not what I asked for, computer. Not even close. Alright, landing rate. You guys want to see what the landing rate was? Boom. 127 with a 0.98 Gs. So that was a pretty good landing. Pretty good landing right there, chat. So 127. I think Brant was the closest. He guessed 118. And 118, let's see, there was a guess for 35. There was a guess for 118. There was a guess for 85 and 173. Yeah, definitely. No, it's Brant. Melvin Leroy guessed 118. And 127 to 118 is closer than 173, buddy. I don't know what you're looking at, Kenny Monster. Oh, the point. Oh, for the predictions. Oh. See, I don't know how to do this prediction stuff. Choose outcome. 100. Okay, complete prediction. There you go. You're welcome. Look at that sunset, chat. Oof. This is real time, too. 7:14 on the Pacific time. Thank you, SimStutter, for ruining the sunset. There we go. There's the sunset we were looking. I need a new computer. These stutters are killing me. I need a new computer. I need a computer bad. I'm going to start a new computer fund, chat. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that because I'm not a sellout. I got to save up for a wedding first and a house second. More important than the computer, as much as I would like a new computer. Smitty, thank you. I appreciate it. Made it work. Glad we got some ATC there at the end from the Olympia Tower and Ground. Appreciate them for doing that. Still plenty of time, by the way, for Flying Club member to join the event. Smitty, I know you said you were going to depart at some point to join the event. Hopefully that is the case. Yeah. Again, if you're not already a member of the Virtue Safe Flying Club, check out that Discord link. That'll give you access to the flying club. You can join us, read the welcome page. I just switched to Depart Olympia to support the... Yeah, fantastic. Oh, we got our fellow M500 pulling in here. Shows up as a TBM, but I'm pretty sure it's an M500. Close enough, I guess. He's going to park right next to us. He wants some of that princess parking, too. I think it's Brett. That's got to be Brett. Oh, look at that. Wing to wing. Damn near level 2. Very nice. Good job, good fixins. Alright. That's going to do it for me tonight, chat. Have a nice trip. You get one more stream before I leave, Kenny Monster. I'm going to be streaming Saturday night. So there is an event that's going on in DC on VATSIM on Saturday night. I'm going to be doing support for that event. I'm going to be on New York Approach. So New York Approach for Kennedy on Saturday night from about probably like 6 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to do a full 4-hour New York Approach stream for the Cherry Blossom event as support. Thank you, Kenny Monster. So I will be streaming for that Saturday night. So you get me one more time before I go to Ireland. So Kenny's probably going to talk a bunch of smack on Saturday while I'm streaming New York Approach before I go to Ireland. Because apparently that's the Irish thing to do. So one more time you get me on stream before I go on vacation, chat. That is going to do it for me tonight. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I need to look at Twitch and see who is still streaming. Preferably someone that's doing the event. And I've got my target in sight. Eric Flight is streaming the event. So I'm going to hand you guys off to Eric Flight with the raid. Give me 1 second to set it up. I'll see you guys Saturday night. Thank you for coming in today as always. I appreciate you. Have a good night. Again, Saturday night, New York Approach. I hope to see you there. Bye.
Picture there.